we find an end to this insanity? Are we going to get the news today or not? Did you just get liquidated in that insane wick? Did they get you? They tried to get me. They may still get me. We'll find out later on in the show. Let's go, baby. Crypto is life, baby! Are you seeing that trade? That's insane, right?
Yo, I almost got stopped out. It was down like $400 with the 100, 200 SMA, baby. Over here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ow. Yeah.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming in. Maybe no intro today. Maybe I just have to come in hard. Maybe I just got to come in so hard right now. You know what I mean? Back at Katana's over here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get it in. Let's watch that beautiful intro and let's start our beautiful show. Shout out to all the lifers. I love you all. Let's go, baby. Wow. Every time I watch that, I'm absolutely amazed. Shout out to my team and all the editing, and shout out to everybody and all the places I went. And shout out to each and every one of you for supporting me and all the beautiful places we went in my life. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. God bless you, Jamie Zeno. So I can pin that message. You're the man. And let's see what happens. Do we get an approval for the ETF today? Yes, we rage. No, we stay flat. Denial, we dump. Right now, we're sitting at 42%, 40%, and 18% of the poll. Keep coming into that poll. Let me know how you feel. 260 votes. Let's get it in. All right, let me break it down. Shout out to each and every one of you. New Bitcoin tie. But the thing was, this is what happened. I put on the old Bitcoin tie at the last minute, saw the new Bitcoin tie. Next thing you know, I'm doing a tie. But then I realized it didn't really match the shirt. Then I was like, what do I wear as a suit? And then next thing I got the jacket and I threw the pocket square. So, you know, I get it. I could have done better with the ensemble, and I'm going to work on a really nice way to bring this tie together. I greatly apologize. However, it's my new Bitcoin tie. What do you think? What do you think? And you never know. If we get approval today or while I'm live, you never know. Already awesome volatility today. You got to love it. It is what it is. That's what we live for. You know, we don't come to this space just to watch Bitcoin do nothing. We come to this space for the movement, for the craziness, for the volatility. You know it as much as I do. As much as you hate it is as much as you love it. You hate to love it, don't you? So shout out to each and every one of you. Let's put the lemon into the water like I'm doing. Let's get into Bitcoin like we're going to. You can see kind of what I see already above me here, right there with that inverted head and shoulders. But we'll see what happens as we continue on. Bitcoin went all the way down to some pretty low wickage there. Got a lot of people stopped out. I'm sure I was very close. Can't believe I did not get stopped out. We're going to look at the trade now. I think I'm down about $20. We'll see what happens, and we'll continue to look at what happens for Bitcoin into the day. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get that music back up and running. I like that. I like how it, when it just starts, right, you get that feeling like something's brewing, something's happening. There's a sense of urgency that needs to be attended to. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it in. You got to go after it, right? Perspicacity. Do you have some perspicacity? Sam, can an exchange in some way prevent you from closing a profitable Bitcoin trade? Honestly, a lot of people blame exchanges, but sometimes if the order is so fast and someone has an order number, there's a chance that your order gets blown through. It can happen. It just can happen. It doesn't get matched. You know what I mean? Who knows, though? Anything can happen in the universe, don't you think? You know what I mean? I'm open-minded to believe. I live in in a space of infinite possibilities. So once I think it's not possible, then I'm messing up. Like it has to be possible. You see what I'm saying? So that's just the whole thing. All right. Anyway, if you're on my trading, let's talk about what happened last night. I like to break down what happened in our weekly screen share. If you were with us last night, we were sitting there looking at Bitcoin, and it was sitting like so, right? Something like this, maybe even a little lesser. And I said, I know this is crazy, everyone, but I draw these falling wedges, and Bitcoin likes to break out of them to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if tonight we make a move to the upside. And, who here got the long idea, or who here also, did their own research, but it all made sense. And if the water spent its time trying to erode the first stone, there would be no river. Amazing. The last shakeout after the first time to fly. DCA and get where you fit in. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Shout out to Mr. Buy the Dip. What a name. You got to love that guy. He knows what he's doing. Mr. Buy the Dip, how are you? Where you from? May God bless you and yours. Yeah, we're looking at Bitcoin and a few other things too. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. Bang, bang, bang. But I talked about this break into the upside, this really strange falling wedge. It breaks out, comes back inside, but it holds the angle. Okay? And it's a really weird idea. I've looked at it, and bang, bang, bang. Nice suit, you sexy beast. Wow, thank you so much, Roro. I appreciate it. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wow. I'm just blown away by the compliment. I'm sitting here just, wow. Yeah. Closing out the wins under 5K is essential. Big wins on Fast Candle. Trading View locks your trade. Shout out to Stupid Bitcoin. Love you, man. Shout out to you, Sam, the TA King. Shout out to everybody out here. Any suggestions on AMP? Sam, happy day for all the lifers. Green day on a snowy day. Wow, we don't get snow here. We're not getting any snow here. Neon at 240. Best tie ever. Shout out to PF Kellerman. I like that name, PF Kellerman. Sounds like a bar my dad used to go to. It was PJ Kelleher's, but it's, same kind of thing, Shout out to the 187 people on the live. $5 in chat revenue. And I'm Irish, so I can say that. I don't want to be disrespectful. Screen share was fire last night. Shout out to Lifer Adam. We broke it down, didn't we? The infrastructure of crypto, kind of the themes and the narratives that we want to be deep diving and going after, and kind of what's happening. All right. So I talked about this break into the upside last night in the screen share. We got that move to the upside, hit the top of the channel as you would expect, and then look how tight Bitcoin is getting inside the end of the nose. And that's when there's just a big move coming. Like something is brewing here for Bitcoin. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. The tightness tells you something is brewing. It is a symmetrical triangle. I will tell you, they break down more than they break up. By the book, they're bilateral, saying they could go either way, but they break down more than they break to the upside most of the time. I see these break to the downside. One thing I do see too is a shoulder, a possible head, and a right shoulder. This also looks like an M pattern to me in the right shoulder. Both of those are bearish ideas. I'm not trying to be bearish. I don't intend to be. I have a long open. I'm just that open-minded and showing you what my mind is seeing. We have to take this into account. That would be a move to the downside. So we have a symmetrical that usually breaks down. All right. We have the bigger inverted head and shoulder. I'm still with you on this idea that we can get the move to the upside here. So that's not dead, But we also have this shoulder, head and shoulder. We got some double bottom. We just have a little bit of bearishness here. But the 15 minutes oversold, okay? RSI is in a really good place for a move to the upside. I like when the RSI can be put even inside of a bit of a pennant here. You see? Showing tightness. Showing that it may make a higher low. Wants to move. All right? RSI inside of a bit of a bull pennant there as well. So I like that. That's interesting. Many times in my life, I have seen a pattern inside of the MACD, the RSI, or something of that nature in a weird way that I wouldn't have thought possible. Shout out to the 810 people watching, 210 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. So we open up a long. We're up already this morning in the long to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. Then we went up again for another move. And now we're and then the liquidation happened. They went down on a wick and just snapped people out. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Link in the description below to Bookmap. I love Bookmap. Bookmap is awesome. They do sponsor this channel. None of these videos are sponsored. Like, these are individual videos that I'm making, but they sponsor the channel. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. If you jump into Bookmap, I also do get a commission, right? So check it out. This is Global Plus. We can also add, watch this in front of you. I'm going to see if we can get really crazy here. Okay, we're going to go to DX feed. All right, and I'm going to grab something for you. I want to start showing you the NASDAQ too as well. Who here would like to see the NASDAQ? Who here doesn't give a dang? And be honest, I really want to see it. I want to laugh if I see people say I don't give it. But I just want to know, you know what I mean? So we'll get the NASDAQ out here for you too and just show you kind of what the NASDAQ's seeing. You know, so the NASDAQ, let's see here. I mean, the NASDAQ is even Steven really, but you could see kind of has this vibe that it wants to push to the upside and eat some liquidity. It's got a bigger order up here. However, 99. It's even. It's pretty even. I mean, it's straddled right now. But there's this vibe that it wants to come up to this higher move. And the big area, 1658, is the biggest order. So, you know, I'd be careful shorting the NASDAQ today. It says there's likely going to be a short squeeze, right? That's how I would read this. You never want to be in between the biggest order above you. That's how I play Bookmap. You can play Bookmap however you want. You know, and I take into account CVD when it happens and stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? Well, like right now, we're pretty flat. The market's kind of even, 1650.33. Who here wants to see the NASDAQ? Put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 2 if you don't give a dang. Put a 1 if you want to see the NASDAQ on Bookmap. Put a 2 if you don't give a dang. You're a crypto lifer and you don't care about the NASDAQ. I want to know. I just want to know. Shout out to Larry. Larry has spoken. He said what he had to say. Wow, we got a lot of lifers out here. We got a lot of 2s, people that don't give a dang. Wow, it's an overwhelming 2. Larry just keeps going 2. I've seen Larry like 17 times. Actually, no, I think Larry just hit 2 1,000 times. Larry 18,000 times has just hit the 2 button. How did you do that? Do you have an octopus hand? Like, how did you hit the button that many times, Larry? This is like a world record, 18,000 2s. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Everybody, let's give Larry a hand of applause for hitting the 2 button 18,000 times. And he said he has 8 hands. So he's made it apparently so. The guy's a phenom, you know. He's a keyboard phenom. So anyway, let's take a look at what happened here to Bitcoin on Bookmap. And, you know, it got broke up. We got some liquidity movement all the way back down to this big, fat red order. We got pretty close down into the 43,200 level. Bounced right back to 770. And kind of where do we stand? Make sure I'm not on spot like the other day. So, wow, we have a lot of liquidity all the way to 42.5. We have liquidity above us to 45.5. We're kind of like sandwiched. The most liquidity is right there at 44.2, a major sell wall. So it just says that we're likely going to get into 44,000. How high we get into there is the question. And that top is 45.5. And then we have 42.5. So it's kind of even. Not a lot of information. Happens a lot on a Friday. We tend to get straddled by just kind of like, you know, random orders. And the market isn't as lively as it is like on a Monday or a Tuesday. It just is what it is. All right. So there you have it. 43,750. And I'm not getting a huge reading for Bookmap either way. But we do see that big, dark red bar, which tells us to be careful if you want to short the market. You know, there's a very big bar of liquidity right above us. Now, they have everyone kind of on a standstill. They have people shorting because they think, oh, ETF is going to dump and it's bad for Bitcoin. They got all sorts of crazy thoughts going on. For me, I'm just trading the charts. And like I showed you, there are some bearish tones here, but there's also some bullish ones, and we're in the middle. And I'll show you, I'm all about the moving average. And so my stop loss was here, right? And I'm lucky I just moved it down a little bit. It was just based on kind of what I was looking at. I looked at this support and resistance, these areas, and I figured I should be below this support and resistance here, right? Previous resistance, bounce, and then I gave myself a little buffer. Thank God I did. Look, I got so, like, it's insane. Look at that. It's like impossible that I didn't get stopped out. It's just absolutely insane. But now we're back inside the pattern, and that just, now you're back inside there. As long as once we were out of the pattern and you lost the 200 SMA, on the 15-minute, it was a wrap, right? Another thing I was doing is I was using the 1 hour 200 SMA as, a hopeful cover and then just a little bit of buffer below it. So that was another thing that I was doing when I got inside the trade. I used the 1 hour 200 SMA as protection for not getting stopped out, right? So it wasn't a coincidence somewhat. I did the best I could to figure out what was happening. Sneaky Pete Vaporizer, we are all Lowry. We love you. We appreciate you. Now we have 578 votes. 39% says yes, we rage. 43% says no, we stay flat. And 17% says denial and we dump. And that's, do we get the ETF approval today? Do we get it today? Only time will tell. So Bitcoin, I'm bullish as long as we stay above the what? The 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. I know I sound like a broken record, all right? But this works if you trade every day and you're looking at the markets all the time. You're going to be in tune with what's happening. And this is how I stay in tune every single day with Bitcoin. Woke up to gains this morning. Maybe you did too. Who knows? Bears can't hold me back. I'm raging bull and the stampede is coming. My name is Albadino and I'm coming for you, baby. Let's go! I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I see you, baby. I see you out there and I love you. God bless you. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. That goes for everybody here on the stream. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with the Crypto Lifer. Yeah, baby. 43,700. All right. So where are we going today? What's happening? Well, I'm just watching this chop. Up and down chop. Lower volume. Bit of a Sammy cup and handy, let's be honest, too, as well. Who else kind of sees that? You got your cup. You got a bit of a handle forming here for Bitcoin. All right. That gives you a measured move all the way up to about 46,007. And my bigger idea comes from just the length of this back pole to the upside algorithmic move, kind of like, waves. And there's a resistance there that I feel we could spill to $48,000. So the trade is like so. Very tight trade. Okay. Stop loss below the 200 SMA. And we just kind of take it from there. So that's it right now. We'll ride it out and see where it goes. The 1 hour time frame looks good to me. I said to myself, I'd rather get stopped out and then just say, okay, than miss out. All right. I'm looking at this MPLX. It looks interesting to me. It's hit the 786 and took a bounce. I would start to look for flags on anywhere between the 15, the 7 and the 15 really would be a good place. I'd be looking for some type of bullish flag. This beautiful flat curve on the stochastics is nice. The falling volume with rising price, is a hidden bullish divergence. Very bullish sign for a continuation pattern that will break the high. I like what I'm seeing for this. I don't know much about the coin. I've never done much research. I think we looked at it a year ago or something. I don't know. It is up 21% today. I wouldn't chase the green candle, but it's interesting. It's technically doing a reversal, and it's looking very healthy in that reversal. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go up, let's see, from its bottom here, we have to pull up a little more. About 120% to the target, about 73 cents. I'd put an alert on it, take a gander, and just keep it on my radar, right? Another thing I do here is I just put a flat line here and slap an alert on that. Once it crosses that, I'll know there too. So if it starts to pump or if it goes sideways, we'll see. It'll just keep me privy to what's happening for MPLX. Shout out to my Miros. Is there any Marians here? I don't know if we call it Marioans, but shout out to anyone that jumped into Miro. Is that what? Yeah, Miro. Booming to the upside. We talked about it yesterday. I threw it out on Twitter. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. There I am. And there it is. There I am. And there it is. There's the before. And there's the after. Who here is sick of watching me do before and afters and finally jumped into the trading group one day and then finally was like, wow. No, I just wanted who here is watching the stream, saw me show, hey, this is a before, here's an after. Then saw me do it again. Then saw me do it again. And finally was like, man, this guy really does hit a gain. I want to know how he does it. Then you joined the trading group and you really did learn. And you went through that. Did I pull you in? I just want to know, did anyone go through that process? I would love to know. Let me know if you went through that process. You know what I mean? Add a 33. Be like, yeah, I did. And add a 33 to the comment. Just let me know. I've been in Miro since 2 cents. Me too. I get into Miro there around 2 cents as well. $800 is now turned into $2,600 with Miro, right? If I were to sell all my Miro right now, it went down a little bit, right? Yeah. 22.94. So boom. A gain of about $1,500 on $800. $1,484. You can't beat that. You get your $800 back and you get an additional $1,400. You know what I mean? And it happened in literally, I don't know what, 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight. 4 days. And I was able to catch that bottom on Miro, thank goodness, for whatever reason, just, bang, bang, bang. So shout out to everybody here. We're looking at BTC. If you take away everything and get really, really nice and simple, we're watching this flag here. And if you're just coming to the channel, thank you. Give me at least a week of your time. Don't just watch one video and write me off. Give me a week of your time. Stay here for a time. See some of my calls. Give me, But we're watching this right here, right? Measured move. Boom. Cup and handle, Sammy to the upside. Very likely this could play out today. And if we do get an ETF approval, I wouldn't be surprised if the price goes to 60,000. You know what I mean? Saying they're going to buy $10 million today. It's not the hugest buy in the world. I'm not saying it's going to shatter the world market, but it definitely could start the idea if people can identify that buy as a reality here and just get the people really going from, rumor to reality. All right. You forgot my shower sheet from Power Ledger yesterday. So we went with my gut and wrote it for 35%. Bang. God bless you, brother. What is a shower sheet? You're funny. Super chat, right? You're funny. God bless Joe Alfio. Thank you, man. It's funny. This morning I was like, oh yeah, Power Ledger. God bless you, man. So sorry about that. How much trading capital did you save up before you joined the group? If I have 200, should I split 100 with the group and trade with you or joining the group? Honestly, I would never tell you what to do with your money. I can't really tell you. If you have $200, I would stay here on the live stream and watch the live until I was able to turn the 200 to 1,000 just watching me live. And then if you feel comfortable and you've made gains with me for free, then you could then come join. But I wouldn't suggest you put any money into me unless, just keep watching the live stream. This is what I do. I prove to people that you can learn with me and then they join the group. So just keep coming back, man. I think you're ready to just keep learning, I want to show you that I can make you gains before you even think about giving me your money, okay? That's what this channel's about, okay? That's what 90% of the people in my group did. They watched the channel because you have to remember, I started for 2 years never asking for a dime, so I'm behind the 8 ball on the treadmill. So many people just keep, I've been with the guy for 3 years and I might as well jump in now. So we have so many people that have been watching for years and are about to jump in. Then we have new people that jump on in. And so the group is growing at a very fast rate. May even start to kind of like close it. I don't know. I mean, we're going to talk about how many people we want in it and stuff. So there will be maybe limited access at one point. So just, not to freak you out, but this is just something that's going to have to happen at one point. 3.5 weeks into my crypto journey, and I decided to join. Shout out to Pickle Rick. Well, I wish I did something like you did. I took way too long to join it. It took me so long to get a handle on things. All right. So I'm watching Bitcoin getting tighter in this joint, and this is what I'm in. And you can see my stop loss. You can see my thought process. I'm using the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame as my protection. The 4 hour also looks good to me. Wants to make a move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing. The candles right now are some indecision. We could go sideways, but you would expect that before a bigger decision. We also had unemployment today. You have to remember that. Okay. So that also kind of take things into account. So we had unemployment, which, wasn't bad. It could have been worse, but it was 3.8%. Basically expected was 3.8, but we had 3.7. So it was less than expected, which was better. You know what I mean? So to me, the Fed kind of wants to be in control, but, they also don't want to see things falling apart. All right. Bill Belichick building on stacks. Are you serious? Are you joking, though? Is that real? Where do you get the discount for the joining? Where do you give discount for the joining for you? I don't know what that means. Ascending triangle on the 1 minute. Yeah, Visa closing, choosing block V. Dots because I want to buy some. 3 a.m. feeds. There's no discount at the moment. All money flow is still pointing down on the 1 hour time frame. Amen. Well, you would want it to be right now before we would get a move. Right now, yeah, I mean, RSI is pointing to the downside too, as with stochastic right now. Look at that, with an M pattern. That's bearish, not a great sign. 15-minute trying to save the day. Even the 7-minute getting a bit of a turn to the downside too as well. And as I said too, like, I'm open-minded, right? I'm not like, I'm always, there's a bit of a head and shoulder here pattern that could break to the downside. And so I'm just watching. You know, we did lose the 7-minute 200 SMA. We are toying with the 15-minute 200 SMA. We break the 200 SMA, we'll be looking for the bearish retest. We lose 43.222. We come to 42.6. We lose 42.6. We're going to drop to 41.9. We lose 41.9, and we don't double bottom there, because that could be the double bottom too, see? I'm ready and willing to see what else could be happening, and I'm open-minded as well. And we'll be able to kind of ride this to glory, or, you know, have to open up a short. We open up a short. We do whatever we have to do, no matter what, when it comes to trading BTC. Shout out to the 1,255 people on the live, 386 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? Let's go, baby. Let's go all the way to the upside. It's Friday, baby. If you're at work, this should be your last day, unless you work 7 days a week like me. I'll be working tomorrow and Sunday. But you know what? I love it. I love what I do. So I do what I love. So, you know what I mean? Why would I ever stop doing what I love to do? Make way more money than anybody would ever pay me in a million years to do what I love to do? Check, please. I'll take that. Thank you. And so I would be a fool not to stream every single day, 7 days a week. Trust me, you would too. You know what I mean? Let's go, baby. Shout out to Kyle Vero. Shout out to Antonio Barzak. Shout out to Crypto Plumber, always gifting the memberships. Plumber, you supply a hefty 30 memberships a month. You're like the best. God bless you, man. I don't know who you were, just, I don't know. I hope to meet you one day and buy you a ribeye. I hope you eat steak. And if not, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to disrespect. If you want to join the trading group, everybody, hit CryptoLifer.com and jump on in. Okay? Bang, bang, bang. If you want to see what's happening in cryptocurrency, you want to buy or sell, even get the news here like we're getting really awesomely, and only a 0.1 spot maker, 0.01 future maker fee. You can't really get that anywhere else. You can't get it anywhere else. Let me say that again. You really can't get that anywhere else. That is the cheapest maker fee you'll ever get. 0.5 is still under 2, a lot of industry standards. So Mexi is the place to be in your area. Jump on in, trade futures, trade spot. I love building my spot bags on Met. That's where I got into Myro. They have access to the little coins that nobody has access to. I'm telling you right now, bang, bang, bang. And, you know, Miro's getting kind of bounced around here. We'll take a look at it on the smaller time frames. Is it time to sell? Bit of a head and shoulder. Slap on the moving averages. And shout out to all those people grabbing the memberships up. We love you. We appreciate you. That's amazing. That's a blessing. We really love it. And we think you're awesome. So God bless you all. Thank you for jumping on in, and thank you for being here with the Crypto Lifer, baby. So Myro, you know, see how the 21 is curving? Usually you're going to come back down and test the 200 SMA. Very likely that's likely going to happen. You also kind of went up parabolically. You think there would be some type of pullback. You know, your bullish sign is that you're going to do something like this and like bounce off the bottom and just kind of go sideways and get ready for a more bigger move. And your bearish sign is that you're just going to go further down, you know. Anyway. So not much to talk about Bitcoin. We're kind of poised. It's almost like everybody's waiting. It seems like we're in a holding pattern. Usually right before big news, you know, we'll be in a holding pattern. Like, it's the calm before the storm. People talk about it. You hear about it all the time. It's real deal thing that really does happen. And we're kind of feeling it out right now. Shout out to all the new members. Unbelievable. And it looks like, did someone give even more memberships? No, it's just those 10. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for the love. And look at all the fan funding out here today. Unbelievable. We have Tori for the $2. We love you. We have Crypto Plumber for gifting 10 memberships. And Tori, we'll look at seller for you, as I know you always ask. We have Antonio Barzak for the I'm saying that right? Barzak, yeah. For the £2. Can you look at AMP? We have Block V from Kyle, which is V. Paw Swap from Delo Miro. And we got to look at Power Ledger, and you made gains. Shout out to you jumping on in for 35%. And ARPA looks bullish. Nice tie from Rips and Vitality B. All right. a member for 7 months exclusive. Thank you for jumping on. Does the RSI need to cool off a bit before we push? On what time frame? On what coin? You know what I mean? I bet you're talking Bitcoin, but I'm not sure which time frame. Gifted 10 crypto memberships from Crypto Plumber, and shout out to everybody that just did an amazing fan funding. We love you. We appreciate you. And we care about you. We want you to have the best life possible. And that's why we're here every single day for you here, my team and me, bringing you the awesome sauce. Shout out to iTrust Capital. An amazing thing, too, about iTrust Capital really separates it, all right, from these ETFs. You buy an ETF, right? But when you buy an ETF, you know, you're not buying actual Bitcoin. When you have iTrust Capital, you're buying actual Bitcoin through iTrust Capital versus an ETF that mirrors the price of Bitcoin. Number one, big deal. You're actually holding the Bitcoin, all right? iTrust Capital clients can also take it, what is called in-kind distribution, all right? You can't do that on the ETF, right? It's US dollars. That's the thing, which allows clients the option to move their Bitcoin to a wallet of their choice at the time of distribution. So when I'm done, I can be like, yeah, send me the Bitcoin to this wallet. A lot of these places just, there's no Bitcoin. iTrust Capital does that. That's completely different. And then it's 24/7, 365. You have access to your iTrust Capital account. The stock market clients do not on the ETF. So when the volatility really goes on in the early morning and the night hours, up and down, you can't get in and out of Bitcoin at those awesome times. When there's a big spur, a huge candle, when there's a big dump, you can't buy the lows. You can do that with iTrust Capital. So iTrust Capital has a little bit of an advantage over the ETF because the ETFs will come out and people will get all excited about it. And, there will be some competition, but just, iTrust Capital will have an edge on a lot of the things that the ETF has an edge on too. So just give you an idea and give you something to bounce your head off of. And shout out to iTrust Capital. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for sponsoring the channel. God bless you. Amen. Shout out to BingX as well below. Why I like BingX? Because you can trade the S&P 4X in the same place. You can't do that anywhere else. It's the reason why I singled them out. I don't just grab exchanges. You know how many exchanges email me? Every single exchange found me. Oh, Crypto Live, we want to work with you. We think you're aggy. We want, every single exchange under the sun. And I only picked the ones that matter to me. Ones with no fees, right? That would save us tons of money. Everyone got to report how much money they saved this year. I saved over $8,000 in fees, which, and I'm sure people even saved a lot more. If you were a big leverage trader, oh my God, you could have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands. So I believe we probably saved around the world. I must have saved people millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. If they used Mexi in their jurisdiction, it worked. Then, you know what I mean? We're talking millions of dollars. So shout out to a beautiful 2023. We did an awesome time. Everyone that was with me, God bless each and every one of you. And thank you so much for everything. Okay. I wore a shirt and tie jacket last night. Got to get a bigger jacket thanks to all those gains. You're funny, man. So let's break it down. Let's talk about the next thing here. So we know where Bitcoin's standing, and now it's dipping again. Look, 549, 550. Here's the deal. If Bitcoin loses the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, I'll start to sweat. If it loses this trend line, I'll start to sweat. And that's when I'll get out of my long and, have to probably switch to a short. So, and, we're getting heavy volatility today. You can just feel it. There's an intensity to the market, okay? And there's the chance that we make like kind of a falling wedge here, all right? So I've given you everything I could kind of give you for Bitcoin, what I'm watching, the levels to be careful of, how to short it if we have to, why I'm long right now for the reason, and just, you know what I mean? Not much more I could do. All right. Shout out to the $32 in chat revenue. Shout out to Nicholas Arena for the COP 10,000. God bless you. He says, adjusting my budget to be in the 99 soon. Care to check a couple of gaming coins, WaxP Oldie and MBX. Good IPs. Cheers. We'll take a look at those. Usually one super chat. A chat though, because if we got double down, it'd be crazy. Sick as a dog today. Shout out to David. We love you. You're just sick with gains, man, from Creo, man. Too many gains. 97xing, 70xing before the bull market even begins, really. You're the man. We hope you feel better. We love you, David. Everybody's pulling for you, dear Lord. Make David feel better immediately. He works too hard. We love him. We need him back in the charts. God bless you, David. Thank you. He's one of my elite traders in my trading group. He punts 4 to 5 charts out almost every single day. The guy scans the market intensely. He's always giving, always helping, always there to chat. You know, he's there to help people too. Amazing, amazing spirit person in my group. What a beautiful soul. David Kendall. Dave, 2024 is your year, man. I mean, 2023 was your year, but it's your year again. You're going to do even better. God bless you. I hope you feel better, man. I hope you feel good already. I know you feel better already. Sam, enjoying the stream and being a lifer, learning so much and becoming more profitable with what you teach. I'm a better with my risk management and now slowly growing my funds. Please, can you look at Kadena for me? Celebrate their 5th super chat on a live stream. Shout out to Mac Tire in the house. Thank you so much. God bless you. We appreciate you. We'll take a look. And the super chats are piling up. We're going to kind of keep them on a list and get to them. All right. Bitcoin, if we lose this key level, this trend line, look for us to lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, and then look for us to drop right down to 43.2 or 42.6. We lose that level, we're coming down to test the double bottom at 41.8. We lose 41.8, we're going to the target of the symmetrical triangle at 40,660. And I'll tell you what, in my lifetime of trading, the most likely scenario is that this breaks to the downside because symmetrical triangles are 50-50, but they usually do break down. Why am I long? Only because price action is hugging above the 200 SMA. And that's what's keeping me long here, all right? And a bit of a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder kind of vibe here that could also push us to the upside, a slanted, inverted head and shoulder, and we're getting tight. And price action is going to have to pick a direction very, very soon. So I'd rather get stopped out, lose $200 than miss a giant, extremely insane, big green, you-know-what, all the way to the upside. So that's kind of how I look at it. I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But that's one way I look at it. So that's how I took it. And I'm taking my shot. I also have, made some good gains. I'm up pretty nice for the day already. I can risk $200 for the day and still be up over almost $2,000. So I'm all right. You know what I mean? So I've managed my risk completely today. I'm doing great. And yeah, so that's kind of what I look at. Myro getting the sell-off, and you would expect it. I mean, what a massive pump. I'm up. I figured I might as well just hold it long-term and see what happens. Might just take my initial investment out. Someone said SEI is ripping to me. 3 10-minute candles from 6.9 to 7.2 is I don't know if that's called ripping. I wouldn't personally call that ripping. You know what I mean? Ripping is like, the 1 hour, 3-4 candles straight. SEI to me is going to pull back. Like I suggested, the daily's too far away from the 21. Look for SEI to begin to pull back. It was on a frenzy. People made gains. I believe they're going to start selling off, and you're going to get a pullback here for SEI. All right. A lot of people are freaking out about Sol. What's happening to Sol? Someone in the chat just said Sol is dumping. Sol to me is just in a beautiful flag and doing a beautiful thing. The 21 and the 200 are pretty far apart on the daily time frame. That's something you have to heed. And the 21's away on the 2-day and the 3-day. Very far. When you pump up this high, usually you come back to the 3-day chart. Everyone's kind of in euphoria and out of control. I mean, the fear and greed index is pretty high too as well. It's people, that's a good time to take some profits. I'm still sitting on major tether right now, like 87,000. And I've been buying Bitcoin, you know what I mean? And grabbing it here and there, but I haven't been just running in. Oh, I'm down 180 now. One of my worst losses ever here. Taking a beat down. As long as that holds the 200 SMA, though, I stay in. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling some bearishness. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames and decide whether I have to rip this bad Band-Aid off. M pattern, right? I mean, that's kind of head and shoulder, like shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Downside. Bit of an M. High, low, lower, high. You put in the lower low. 7-minute time frame, also very oversold. 5 wants to come on down. 1 minute.
interesting. No major beautiful bullish div really. You know, nothing like amazing. Rounded tops, kind of round. It just looks pretty bearish to me. You know what I mean? Not amazing. I'm not getting like oh, that looks great, right? To me, it's just all about the moving average. And we did lose the 15. We did lose the 30. Or the 15, not yet, but we're about to lose the 15. We lose the 15 and I become more bearish, right? Also, that 21 curving down is also a bearish sign. This has M pattern vibes to me. The M doesn't have to be even. I've seen them just, you know what I mean? A lot of longs trying to play this game, I guess, like I am. Maybe it's like, you know, too risky to play the ETF. And I just hold my long-term bags and be happy, you know? I'm being too greedy. I'm getting sucked into that, like, but what if? And then, you know. So we'll see what happens. But it's tough right now. It's a tough little channel we're in. And that thing, I was just back to about to break even at like 700. Why are you sitting on much tether, risking the whole bull run come 2024? 10 billion to me, not million. I'm holding through. Well, because I put in a chunk of money at the lows of the market that's up really nicely. I built bags, you know, and right now there's a chance that I can get some altcoins at a cheaper price. So, yeah. A move that I made that I'll share with you that I'll be nice enough to share is S-Fund. I bought more S-Fund. You know, I want to be bigger in these. And look at the 3-day chart. It looks pretty good to me. The daily just consolidating nicely. If Bitcoin dumps, this thing could dump too. I mean, there is some space in these moving averages. That gets me a little nervous. But I like how tight the moving averages are here on the 12. The 4-hour, we are like glued together. So to me, there's a move. It looks to me, if anything could pump, S-Fund looks like it's in a beautiful bull pennant that could pump to the upside. Some could call it a symmetrical too, though, I guess. Right? But it has vibes to me for a move. All right. And, you know, what I'm believing too is if it dumps, I'm buying more. I'm going to DCA into this thing and build a bag and then use it to gain little coins on the launch pad. Right? So I'm gonna participate in the S-Fund launch pad. I'm going to make it something that I, you know, take a big idea in, right? I'm holding SCI. Moving average is going to change within 4 hours. It's going over $1 in my opinion. Okay. He's like, it's going over $1 in my opinion. The moving averages are going to change. Let's see. Honestly, once you lose this 200 SMA on like the 45 there, like I would be watching that. Yeah, I mean, you lost a 15, 40, 200 SMA. Like you're likely going further down. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, anything could happen though. But shout out to the 1,378 people on the live, 492 people on the likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get the energy up, baby. Let's go. I need that. Yeah. I did just sniff a lemon. Yeah, I did, okay? I did. I sniffed a lemon. It is what it is. Shout out to Ava Juarez. Anyone heard of Meme Combat? I keep seeing it in its pre-sale pop-up. I think what they're trying to do is kind of take a little steam away from MMA, which is Meme Alliance. What did I just do? I just had some black human seed. Keep me super healthy. Also, during the winter, I like to drink honey. Antiviral, and it just keeps me getting a lot of the florals. Keeps you from getting sick in later on in the springtime. Shout out to Justin Casper in the house. I like that name. Can you check out Casper, bro? I heard of Mortal Kombat. You're funny. Send in super chats for TA on specific assets and deep dives. Crypto Bear Baker in the house. How is Bookmap TA on Cardano? We'll get to them. We have a lot of technical analysis to do on a lot of different coins. We're going to get to it. SCI could be a big player. I think it's going to be a big player. I think it's going to come down here, hit a nice level in the technical analysis, and we are going to see it moon to the upside like you wouldn't believe. But only time will tell. Okay? But only time will tell. What about Reddick Finance? Pre-sale, please. Still need to check Kadena. Don't worry, everyone. We go through all the super chats. All right. We have ARPA, we have Power Ledger, we have PawSwap, we have V, we have Amp, Seller, Wax, and Kadena. We have a lot of super chats to do, and we will do each and every one of them. We have a lot more to cover too that I need to show you. All right. I know you want to show me things, but I need to show you things too as well. If all I did was people's super chats, then the channel would only be one-sided, right? We want to make sure that you guys are paying attention and getting the sauce and picking up what I'm putting down every day. Looking at the S&P futures, right? People freaking out, market, this and that. Let me show you the big picture, okay? On the big picture, we broke out of a giant flag. And we broke a beautiful resistance. We also had a cup and handle. See the inverted head and shoulder. We had bullish div here. We had bullish div there. Both were called in October by me. I called this bottom for the S&P. That is still there since I've called it about a year and a half. The last October, not this one, but the last one. And bang, I called it. And I have a video on it where I'm like, everybody, I'm making a bold call here for world markets. This is the bottom of the S&P. They're going to start printing money. They have to. And I said the same thing here. And, election year, they don't want to look bad. They're going to do everything they can. These people are manipulative, grimy. These people are the people that would be at a job, right, and take credit for what you did to get into the next position. Like these are and that's like the beginning of what they would do. You know what I mean? And so they don't give a dang. Like they will print money to zero. They will, and even if they knew it was going to do bad, they would do it. It doesn't matter. They're not educated enough to even know what they're doing, and they're still going to do it. All right, babe. I just thought about that beautiful halal food. BB? My wife doesn't listen to me anymore. She doesn't love me. Baby! Is that you, Nilu? Can you give me a hug? Ask my little daughter for a hug. I have 420k Parsec tokens. Shout out to Phony One. I love you, brother. Shout out to your third super chat on a live. So I'm looking for the S&P to do a nice little flag here. And look at the daily. Came all the way down and only went sideways. It's a very, very good sign. What you don't want to see, though, is a right shoulder, which we could make. Open-minded to. But I like even the 2-day. That's a very bullish sign that bigger time frames are resetting. Look at the 12-hour. Really almost might even break out of this flag to the upside. But I like what I'm seeing for the S&P. I'm sticking to it. I'll update you. Remember, today I do the macro analysis. So I'll be going over the S&P, total 3. So I'm going to save that for later on today. So come back to the stream for that today. It's going to blow your mind. And we're going to do the macro analysis every single Friday. So I'll be here again with a recorded video later on today, around 6 or 7. It drops. Bang, bang, bang. Also, I'm getting huge reviews on the Solana video. All right. Huge reviews on the Solana video that I put out. Many people don't even know that I put it out. On our way to 52,000 subscribers. Thank you for jumping on in. But this is a pre-recorded video, 3,000 views. Keep watching this. This video has been amazing. If you didn't know about Solana, this breaks down everything that they do, that they're doing. Could definitely help you understand what a blockchain ecosystem really is here to accomplish. Solana's really starting to do it. Really kind of, because until you see it and then put it all together, you're like, wow. Also, the editing, my editing team is just phenomenal. You people are unbelievable. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for your hard work. Everyone that edits and helps my team. My team is unique. We're a small little house, but we do an amazing work. We take on some of the biggest channels in the entire space. We were up for Influence of the Year against Altcoin Daily, which we love. 2 really nice guys. Honestly, some of the nicest 2 people you'll ever meet. And I swear, I'm not even just saying that to kids. They're really nice guys. Whenever I see them, whenever I hang out with them, and I think they're funny. There's innately funny people. They make you laugh when you're around them. But just good people in the space, always making me proud to be a part of the space and being in the space. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. And Bitcoin battling back, staying inside the zone. You know what I mean? I'm not living in fear. I'm just sticking to my game. Bit of a falling wedge right here too that can break to the upside. We'll see what happens. A little bit of a cup and handle there, a cup and handle in a cup and handle. We got a cup and handle in the handle of the cup and handle. What do we do though? Oh, it's getting crazy over here. So S&P, a little bit of S&P for you. Looks pretty nice on that 12-hour time frame. Bang, bang, bang. Just join the trading group. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, now let's take a look. What someone wants is ARPA. Let's take a look at ARPA USDT. All right. ARPA USDT on MEXC. Okay, wow. ARAPA. This always makes me think of ARPA or ARRPA or something. Like it's like a retirement magazine, It's interesting. Token Metrics had this, right? And it was on their list of coins. I believe I saw it. Was it last week or the week before? Let me see. Because every Monday we post Token Metrics, right? On January 2nd, I'm pretty sure I saw ARPA on the local idea list there. Could be wrong, but there it is. Yeah, look. So just in my trading group, on January 2nd, we were posting ARPA 585. It went to 7 cents. Just, and again, I guess, there's 40 coins there, I'm saying. But a lot of times we zero in. I mean, there's 1,000 coins. So what that does is it gives us like 50 coins. And then from there, I also look at what I'm looking at. And together we also join. And then we have people give us new stuff. Don't forget, we found a new coin called Redodo yesterday. I never bought it. I don't know anything about it yet. Something new. I'm just looking for 100Xs and trying to make gains. I'm sometimes a little over speculative. I know that. But that's my innate nature and how I go about it, right? That's why I have super, super tight risk management too as well if I'm going to trade, right? So to me, ARPA fell out of the flag, but then just got right back in. You could connect this too as well and just call it, a symmetrical triangle. Let's take a look at it on the 15. So you're getting tighter in the zone. I don't like when the 21 curves like this. Usually you do come back down to the 200 SMA. So that's something we would have to heed. Definitely a low cap coin. Getting tighter in the zone, it's high risk to me. The 1 hour looks interesting, could flip. 4 hours a little overbought for me and away from the 200 SMA. You know what I mean? Chance it continues in the smaller time frames. If I traded it, I would get in and maybe put a stop loss. If I could below the 200 SMA, it would be a little hard though. Or maybe below this level here. And I'd use the 7 minute as my spike. If the 7 minute gets above this resistance, I'd move my stop almost closer to break even and trade lightly on this high risk. But then once it gets above 7,395, you can definitely start to push to 9 cents, Just there's a few warning signs for me, but I give it like a 5.5. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bickle Rick. God bless you. Who here lives in love every single day? Put your hand up if you live in love every single day. Who here is going to do what they put their mind to every single day? Who here is going to put what they put their mind to every day? Who here, when you say something, you're going to believe what you say? Tomorrow, you're going to say something. You're going to say, I'm going to do this. You're going to do it. You're going to believe everything you say you're going to do. May God bless everybody here on the live. May God bless everybody that took their time to be with me today. It's amazing. It's a blessing. God made each and every one of you beautiful, a miracle, and you all spent your miraculous, short-lived time on this earth with me. 1,350 people. Let's get the likes up to the watches. We still have 700 and 800 people that are afraid of the like button. Don't worry, it won't hurt your finger. We're going to get you there. All right? We're going to get you there. May God bless each and every one of you. Again, I'm in love with this world and I'm in love with life. Let's take a look at Power Ledger and see what's happening for Power Ledger. And it's on CoinEx now. And they have a perpetual on MEXC. They don't have the regular. So we'll take a look on CoinEx. I remember when this coin when I first traded it, it was on Bittrex, okay? It was like, that's when I first even knew about this coin. Power Ledger is cool. It somehow traps the energy that you use inside the coin, and you can resell it, to someone else, and then they can sell that for more energy on the grid, right? It's basically, a way to send someone energy. It's pretty interesting. I've been researching this coin for a long time, and I've been into it for a while. I don't own any of it, I'll be honest, but, I did at one point. I love you, babe. I love you. I love you more than you would ever know. You're a sweet little soul. So look at this. We have the top here. This is an Adam and Eve double bottom, if I've ever seen one. Likely to continue to the upside over time. I own none of this. I don't know anyone who, I don't shill coins for a living. If someone paid me, I would tell them to leave me alone. I wouldn't do it. When I told you about the 44, right? Recently. And it's just weird. Like, everything, it left now, but everything was just on like the 44. It happens all the time. I have no idea why. It just seems to do what it does. Anyway. So we have this beautiful Adam and Eve double bottom. All right. I love it. And, you know, these just play out. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. You know what I mean? I'm not a magician. I'm just a guy that looks at statistics and data, and it is what it is. I look at statistics and data, and it is what it is. Thank you, Tara, please, from Michael Beauregard. God bless you for the $2 Canadian. We appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for the love. Hope everything is well for you, lifer, and also looking fresh. God bless you. Thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you, Majin Crypto. Super nice of you to compliment the way I look. Very, very nice of you. Michael Paz, people hit the like button. Best TA on YouTube, and it's free to be here on the live. God bless you. Ponzi Vibe, shout out to After Hours Investing in the House. BTC local TA, please. She about to move. My man. She's playing with the 200 SMA. You know what I mean? Looks like a shoulder head about to drop, honestly. But it's also super oversold. I'm staying in my long and just waiting. You know what I mean? There's really nothing else to say here. We're kind of still battling it out. The bottom of the trend line here for Bitcoin. And I told you my whole game plan. If we lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, we're going to drop. Then you're going to think about, you know, the bigger double bottom here. And I've said it like 7 times. I kind of want to move on. All right. Bitcoin is struggling, though, at 43,482. Okay. This is like a key area. They're playing. There's a lot of weird emotions today. You can feel it you can feel it. There's just this uneasiness. ETF or no ETF? Let's take a look at the poll again and see what's happening in the poll. Do we get an ETF approval today? 1,173 votes. Thank you so much. That's so cool that you all did that. It's huge in the voting. It's really good for the algo. Yes, we rage, 38%. No, we stay flat, 41%. And denial, we dump. So less likely people think we dump. So maybe it's, you know, usually that's what's going to happen, right? What people think is less likely is usually what will happen. So we are supposed to dump today, says the poll. You know, it's, you know, that idea, that whole, you know. And shout out to anyone. If you want to join my trading group, hit the link right here. Boom. It takes you to cryptolifer.com. Join the 99. Join today. We make it super easy. Beautiful paywall. Also hit here and consent. Subscribe to the newsletter. The newsletter will blow your mind. I'm telling you right now. I want you to sign up to the newsletter so I have your email address so I could contact you and we could stream together privately on any platform in the world, no matter what happens to social medias. Or, you know what I mean? We can stay connected. We can stay together. Also, I give you 2 newsletters every week. You're going to get another one every Friday and every Monday. So get ready for that. One's a technical one completely. One's like brings in some technical and some life and the whole mix of what we go for here as crypto lifers. So God bless you all. Jump on in, hit the link, and jump on in here. It'll blow your mind. Cryptolifer.com, cryptolifer.com. Achieve your goals with a group of people that are doing it every single day with someone that does not take a day off. Save by joining for the entire year. If you want to trade and pay in cryptocurrency, we also have that. Email cryptolifers@gmail. You can pay for the year. We'll give you a discount today if you pay in crypto. I'll knock off an additional 10% as a New Year's thank you to. So if you want to pay in crypto for the year today, or for 6 months, I'll do both of those. If you want to pay in crypto for the year or 6 months, you'll get this discount, right? The whole year discount. So right now, if you want to pay for the year, just today, I'm being nice if you're hearing me, $9.99 for the year. I'll knock off an additional 10%. So $900 in crypto for the year, $450 for 6 months. If you want to jump in only today in cryptocurrency, email cryptolifers@gmail. If you want to take advantage of that, I'm just having a spur of the moment sale. I have these sometimes. It just happens out of nowhere. You may want to take advantage of it so you know about all the different things we're doing and get all the Bitcoin updates that I give you and the weekly screen share every single week. And probably even more that I'm not mentioning it. It'll blow your mind. All right. The TA newsletter comes out on 4 p.m. every Saturday. So that'll blow your mind. That gets kind of coupled with watching the macro video on Friday. So do both of those to really get a good handle on what's happening on the markets every single week. And my team are there to provide that data for you every single day, right? So we're expecting a bounce here back to the top of the channel. We're super oversold. Only a matter of time. Bitcoin's kind of meandering around these areas. I expect to bounce. My trade will probably go back into the green. I'm not stressing it. I'm not sweating it. We will see what happens. If you want to trade like me and do the trades that I'm doing, trading perpetual, right? Jump on into MEXC here where you can jump into the chart. You can move your stop loss like this just by touching this. Look, I can move my stop loss up or down. Bang, I have 2 trades going. I can move both. See your P&L immediately. Have a beautiful take profit and stop loss. Things managed really fast, in and out, take profit straight. You can even do a trailing stop loss right there. It has everything you need at your fingertips. An award-winning user interface. MEXC is the place to be, I'm telling you right now. Okay, let's get out of there. Let's jump on in to more of your awesome super chats. We are rolling today at 11:12. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I kept this here on my desk. I bought this when I was 14. I had the ability to go to Italy, right? And it was a skiing trip, but we also took a bus and got to see Venice. And I went to the city of Venice, which is beautiful and, known for its glass, right? And I went into a famous little glass shop and I bought this for my mother. And I gave this to my mother when I was a kid. I said, I got to get my mom something. You know what I mean? And I think on one of the last days I went and I grabbed this for my mom. I think it was $50-$60 at the time. And it was like 1996 or something, 98. And the other day, I saw it sitting on her bureau. And it's, it's funny. I could take back the gift I gave my mom. It's kind of weird, right? And so I keep it on my desk now every day, and it just sits there and stands there. It's kind of weird, and it does stand on its own because it has this little piece of glass behind it. I know you guys don't care, but I'm just telling you. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move forward and break it down. Power Ledger all the way up here to about 69.70. If it gets above this level, we can see it continue all the way up to 122. All right, possibly even 126. That's a key level that we're looking for it to get to. So 125, 126 level is where I'm looking for. And again, it's going to take its time. And I wouldn't jump in right now and just ape into something that's pumping like this. But, I'd be looking for a retest or a flag on a smaller time frame. Here we can kind of draw something like that. I feel like this is what it's doing, though. And looks like that will continue up to about 93 cents. It's funny. I remember trading this coin back in the day. Seems like it's getting a bit more love back again. I draw a flag. I love flags. So I'd wait for a flag on the 15-7. Something funny. It might even pump out of this on the 15-minute. Similar to how Myro pumped out of the right. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, but you're oversold. You're getting close. You have Bitcoin kind of chopped sideways, which helps smaller coins. Could get a bigger move to the upside here for Power Ledger. Something I would be paying attention to. All right. Moving forward, let's jump on into the next super chat. And we have Paw Swap. Paw Swap's been interesting. People have talked about it. And it's also, on MEXC. All right. Token Metrics also brought it up, right? I wasn't a fan. I never got into it for. So right here, you can always go here if you're using and hit your brushes. And it's cool. You have a whole history of what you've done. You can delete things so fast like that, right? That way you don't have to go, click on it individually or whatever. It's just a pain. You don't want to be doing that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So look, Paw Swap in a falling wedge. Beautiful reset, right? Pumped up huge. I don't know anything about this coin. I've never really deep dived it. We could. I don't really want to personally. Maybe it could be bigger than I realized though. That's the only thing. I used to be reluctant, and a few times in my life, I heard the name and was like, nah. And then it turned out to be something pretty big. So now I'm open-minded. I deep dive almost anything that comes across just because it could be you never know. You just absolutely never know, right? And I may have gone over it before. Paw Swap. $10 million market cap. Now it's all the way in the dumps. Same coin, MEXC, yeah, that's it. 002. Half the circulating supply is out. Only has an ETH address. Paw Technology resources about us, pawchain.net. Paw prints the DeFi's future, our white paper. Pawchain, the multi-chain maestro. Dive into Pawchain, our innovative solution, breaking barriers between networks, seamlessly interlinking diverse blockchains. PawChain revolutionizes how industries communicate and transact within the crypto domain. Paw fuels PawChain's core utilities, linking all utilities for cohesive experience. Every chain connected, interoperability championed for PawSwap, revolutionizing payments with Pay Merchant. Enter Pay Merchant, Paw Merchant, introducing a dynamic merchant payment system tailored for peer-to-peer Paw token transactions. Empower your business and be at the forefront of a new digital economy. They even have a card there, a Paw card. Experience raid and efficient token exchanges. Interesting. All right, so this kind of looks a lot bigger than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to be like a meme, you know, like just some stupid meme. Just so I wish they kind of changed the name. I almost want them to do the, you know. But anyway, they named it PawSwap. It is what it is. ERC20 with a supply of 1 quadrillion, but it still is a meme coin. Yeah, it's 1 quadrillion. Nah, it's a meme, man. It's just a disguised meme. Yeah, I'm all set. I don't know. Token Metrics seems to like it. They talk about it, or it's been on their radar even in the past week. As I told you, though, I'm not just a band champion. I don't jump on everything just because Token Metrics likes it. Like, I have my own theories, my own ideas, my own beliefs. It has to fit. Now, technically wise, I like where, you know, if it comes down to the 706, ooh, like it might come back right here, touch the 200 SMA. This would be a beautiful place. It gets the bounce off the 200 SMA and hits the 786. This thing can make a beautiful move to the upside. Where would the target be if it continues up? That measured move does take it to, you know, what is it? 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 0, 60, 462 for PawSwap. So technicals are, you know, coming back for a nice retracement. I'd like to see it touch the 200, get to 786 though. I wouldn't probably touch this, and I'm not likely going to trade it at all. All right. It is what it is. All right. We won't take, he's like, what crypto can I pay for? He goes, within reason, we don't take. You're so funny, man. God bless you, Jamie. Always in for a good laugh, man. Good Scotsman, in for a good laugh. Let's take a look at V. Now, V's on some people's radar, right? I'm bullish on Bake. You know, Bake's got some APYs going for it that are interesting. So, I think you need a VPN now to go to Bake. I'm bearish on V. Hate to see people get wrecked in these pump and dump. There's a lot of front running before YouTube X pumps. Just take profits and don't FOMO on these types of plays. Interesting. Block V. Makes me want to stay away from it. Look, it's got no market cap. Cryptocurrency operates on Ethereum. Block V has current supply of 3 billion. What is it? Like, what does it do? Like, the smart NFT protocol powered by Block V, NBA Chasedown. Looks okay. I don't know. I don't get that like phantom vibe when I'm researching something. When they dump, boy, they dump hard. God, I love crypto, you degens. Interesting. It's got a Polygon address too as well. Block V. Open Ocean. So that's a DEX screener. That's going to be our first DEX screener of the day. You have to copy the contract address. Head over to DEX screener. I'm likely not touching this. I feel like I go over these coins to teach you guys what not to touch. You know what I mean? But again, I mean, wow, what a huge move to the upside, right? But I mean, to me, it looks, yeah, it's a meme coin that bumped and dump. I don't know, man. I just, 700% comes back down. Touches at your own risk, you know? And maybe it's huge and I miss out. I'd have to do more research and see if it comes across my radar again, but right now, it's too volatile and too weird and too small, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want beginners getting too caught up in garbage. You know what I mean? At least not through me. They could do it on their own. Bitcoin playing a games with that 43,400 level again, just hitting that emotional pocket, right? But as long as we stay above the 200 SMA, that's what I love about SMAs. They just keep me unemotional. I just don't really care. As long as we stay above a certain area, I'm like, whatever. It is what it is, you know? We'll take a look at AMP. Now, there's a few amps, right? There's amp on Fourth, there's amp on KuCoin, there's amp on MEXC, right? I had this looking like it could make a nice move, and that's why we set alerts. Hit the alert, hit the second alert. But I had to hit that second alert, started to fall down, then went sideways, and never fulfilled the beautiful, that 45. You're really looking for the 45-degree angle. When I think about it, you're looking for the 45-degree angles. The 45-degree angles are absolutely amazing. Once you start to break that angle, things get kind of chintzy. You know what I mean? It's no good. So that's got a rounded top, which to me is bearish. I don't like seeing anything rounded at the top at all. I'd be almost looking for like a inverted cup and handle, maybe something like that. It broke below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, and it's at this high volume node in a gap. For me, it just looks like it's getting sold off. I wouldn't be surprised if it made it all the way right back down to its next support, right? Gap of the VRVP right back down to here somewhere. I could be wrong, but I'm not into this. It doesn't look good to me. Looks pretty bearish. It's oversold, but likely going to dump all the way back down to the 200 SMA, and reset. Nice little sell-off for AMP, in my humble opinion. I hope that's the right AMP. It may or may not be. Seller, baby. Seller, the oldie but goodie. And we talked about Seller making a move. Look at this. You look at this. I nailed it. I drew the cup and handle right here. I drew this giant double bottom. And to me, Seller's likely going to continue to the upside. I won't be surprised when Seller's at 5 cents. It's going to take its time, though. And it's going to make a little bit of a flag here, but I like what I'm seeing for Seller. Looks better than the coin we just saw. Do its thing, get together, get the moving averages a little tighter, and then we could get a nicer move. Cup and handle for Seller to the upside, though. Sammy Cup and Handy played out almost to the exact look. I even get the trajectory correct, which is crazy. Boom. Hit my target there at 2 cents and continued to the upside. Tori, I hope you're happy with that Seller call, because you were the one probably that asked about it when I put it out recently. Let's take a look at Mint Layer, which I missed out on again. I really kind of think Mint Layer could be big. And it was a coin that I put out to the trading group. I liked it inside this setup. I think even Stack McChange had it. And there it is, booming to the upside, up 74% today, up 57%. And it slipped my mind. I forgot about it last night when I was looking at it. Mint Layer to the upside. Shout out to anyone that's seen this or jumped on in. I put it in the trading group. That's the only problem about being a trading group, leader, owner, is when you see something that is likely going to pump, right? And, and so here I am, look. On the 2nd of January, 3 days ago, Mint Layer had a great code review by Token Metrics. We found this a few weeks ago before the first pump. It has since been consolidating in this triangle. Let's look for a tight tensor consolidation and set alerts for the outcome. Token Metrics made a video giving this coin 100x potential, so it has that social sentiment to mood as well. Correction. Now, I thought it was on MEXC, but it's on BingX and Gate.io. You can, I think, get it on MEXC with a VPN. But you need a VPN for whatever, But at 57%, Stack, I think, also had it in a bit of a flag or something. I didn't see exactly what he put out. But yeah, I put this out here, showing signs it was likely going to break out, get tight in this channel. Okay, so as long as we kept a stop below this trend line and we got in anywhere in here and we aimed for a move outside, we were going to make some gains. I try to keep it, that's a little, and again, I was waiting for an even closer entry, right? And I could put my alert a little closer to price action, but the idea behind this is, we're always paying attention, always looking. And there, Mint Layer goes back to the upside yet again. And the time to get in, too, was perfectly right there at 30. And Mint Layer goes from 30 to 70. And where did it go? The golden pocket, Fibonacci 0.65, and wick to the 706. I mean, it's like insane. From here to there, and it goes to the golden pocket. So you always want to be paying attention to falling wedges in the golden pocket. My team does this. I do it. I've taught 4 elite traders that are amazing. They're going to focus on these concepts over and over and over and over again. You're going to see it. It's awesome. And it's something that's a really beautiful thing. So shout out to all the elites in the trading group. We love you. We appreciate you. And, you want to learn these concepts. You want to understand what's happening here. And then when you go to the 4-hour, you should get tight moving averages. And you did. The moving average was super tight. You should hit the 200 SMA like I just talked about on the last coin that someone asked me about. And so you hit the 200 SMA, you come back up, you're in the golden pocket. If you can throw in a VRVP in there too and a little bit of volume, and then I'm always looking at the stochastics RSI. When I make my buys, the stochastic should be below the dotted line when I'm making my purchases. And wow, what a move to the upside. Bit of almost like a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder there to the upside too. And now we see even more bullishness. Now it's broken out. Now we look for the flag, and honestly, there's a bigger move coming if this can consolidate. And my next target for this is $1.13. And Mint Layer continues to do damage from when it first even, right? I mean, it's crazy. 7 cents. It's up a 10x right now. A 10x from November 20th. You gotta love the cryptocurrency market. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Mint Layer, baby. Mint Layer. Let's take a look at Wax P, one of my favorite coins. Had to deal with Hot Wheels back in the day, like a year ago, and that's pretty cool. They're on MEXC, KuCoin, all the premier exchanges. Wanted it to break out parabolically. Never did. Went sideways. Maybe even, never got stopped out technically. Stops would be below here. So, but technically would be down, right? Kind of sideways. Not what I was looking for. Let's take a look at it on a bigger time frame. What I like about it is everything's pumped. This one hasn't really. NFTs really haven't. It's a predominantly NFT dominated coin, right? It runs with the NFT narrative. It's kind of got a bit of an Adam and Eve going for it. Definitely a double bottom, right? That could break to the upside. Starting this flag, but the 2-day even looks interesting. Not in love with market structure at all. Looks a little weird. I look for it to kind of possibly make a bit of a flag here, like on the daily, the 22. I'm looking for something like this or something like this. And this is how I love trading, and I just put alerts there. When the alerts hit, I come back to it and see what it did. If it filled out which one of them, then I get a better perspective, and then I go from the next idea with another alert. Every once in a while, I may pump out of nowhere and I miss it, but 80% of the time, I'm locked in. I'm able to see what happens. I'm able to move forward and then make a call or a move on it. And it's absolutely amazing. So, Kadena, last but not least here for Kadena. And Kadena is on MEXC, only perpetual. The spot is here on KuCoin. So remember, we kind of went over Kadena when it was down here because everyone was like, well, nothing's really, it hasn't pumped yet. And it was behind the market a little bit. I put it in this flag to watch it. Looked like it go to 256. To me, it's just making a new flag in some way. But I'm still overall bullish. Just finding its pullback. This does make that move a little smaller. Like 223. All right. For Kadena. I'm still watching the flag, though. And it looks interesting to me. Previous support of resistance. This didn't hold. So that, you didn't really get it. You had resistance there anyway. So that's cool. I mean, resistance, bounce, fell through. Resistance there, resistance. You lose this key level at 114, you're definitely coming down to 85 cents. That's just kind of how it is. You're toying with it right now. You may actually end up closing a candle below. So you close this candle below this level. You only have to assume that, so if you're DCAing, 85 cents looks like a beautiful place. If this wicks back up and stays inside, then there's a chance you don't get that. And, we got to take what we can get above a buck. Back to 225. All right. The flag could get negated too if too much, This curving isn't the best sign. When the 21 is curving and you're away from the 200, it tells me there may be a little bit of a struggle here for price action. 12 hours doing a similar thing. 4 hours as well. Looks like Kadena's price wants to kind of drop down a little bit to the 200. May even go through this gap all the way back. I wouldn't be surprised if Kadena goes back to 85. It's weird. And I could be wrong. It may be ready for a huge pump. I might be off today. I don't know. From what I see, the 1 hour and the 4 hour oversold, they could get a bounce. So smaller time frame suggests a bit of a bounce. We'll see what happens there. The safe bet for Kadena is to wait for it to get back above this high volume node. Wait for it to break here and retest 131 and then ride it through this resistance and then to the higher high, right? 225. I'm getting some mixed signals from it though. It's not It's not like wrapped up in a bow like like some other stuff. Like S-Fund looks amazing, right? And there's Bitcoin at 3,387 now. And they're toying with us now, getting very bearish. Still not losing the 200 SMA, though, on the 1 hour time frame. So I stay kind of numb to price action at this point. All right. Let's look at another chart for Bitcoin. See if I see a new perspective, break kind of what I'm looking at, and change the way I'm seeing it. I mean, honestly, this has some descending triangle vibes. These tend to break down 68% of the time really fast. This is telling me there's about to be a drop really quick to the downside for Bitcoin. Just boom. Do I close my long? Probably down 2 bills, 237. Do I close my long? Toying with this idea. I'll just stick to the proper risk that I put out. I'm willing to take the hit that I put out there. If I take the hit, I take the hit. I go back and trade. I'm not going to mess with my trade. I'm going to keep it exactly where it is. But this does have some descending triangle vibes now when I look at it. That's a descending triangle right now in front of me, technically, right? I mean, these break to the downside like 90% of the time. They say they're bilateral, but most of the time, and when they break down, I see just a straight. It's funny, they already wicked us. They're like, oh, you guys came back for more, we'll wick you again, you know? And now you can see the key level of today, too, because this was like, let's look back. Resistance, look at that, it's crazy, right? Bounce there, resistance, 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 bounce, bounce, resistance, resistance, bounce, right? That you lose this level, you're dropping fast. So that's a key area to watch. Possible nice short. So now we switch down to the 1 minute. And I mean, that's a head and shoulder that's about to dump on your face, right? Look at this. I mean, tells me I probably should dump my long right now. Either switch short for the recovery or call it a day. Slight bullish div here, maybe trying to hold us down. Wow, this is crazy. Price action's tough. Not perfect, and it never is. Bit of a double bottom there on the 32nd. But you can see all the time frames that have lost the 200 SMA. Right? Which kind of tells you that you're probably going to have, maybe, And remember this idea, too, that we didn't give up on. This head and shoulder, too, as well. So there's just a lot of bearish sentiment in the air. You can smell it and feel it. Wow, look at that pump right back up, though. Wow, look at that. Crazy, right? The volatility today is going to be insane. Today is very similar to like a Fed day. Remember when I used to say I don't trade Fed day? Today's very similar to a Fed day. It's behaving very Fed-like, right? Just people all over the place doing crazy things. You probably have 100x all over the market. I will say this looks as if, we used to stick to the actual traditional cornerstones of trading. I mean, this is a descending triangle. So I got two perspectives. I have my old TA that I did. Watching this flag, it does look like it's in a bit of a flag, but I got to be honest. I mean, it's descending triangle vibes. I've seen Bitcoin break out of them. It's the only thing that really does it generally, but most of the time, no. Most of the time, it does not, And I'm seeing head and shoulders everywhere, double tops, and breakings of the 200 SMA. So I see signs of bearishness all around for Bitcoin. Crazy volatility. We just pumped all the way to like $100 in a second, back down literally at like a minute and a half later. I'd rather take my loss or my win and leave it at such. So that's how I kind of put it. I made my decision when I was moving the bar, and I asked myself, could I handle the loss? And I said yes. And that's when I decided to be in the trade with the risk management. So taking a loss to me is as awesome as winning because I did exactly what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? To me, that's how you should feel about trading. It shouldn't really one thing I do want to talk about is chasing the money. People that chase the money end up, usually never become great traders. And it's so weird. But I wanted money. I know. But people that fall in love with the love of trading, just the absolute act of it, the risk management, the line drawing, the planning it out, the execution of it, I'm in love with the act of trading. Like, if I make money, Like there was a point where I just fell in love with it. The money will come. I just don't see how it doesn't. If you keep doing anything in life and you put your mind and soul and your heart into it, you're going to get good at it. You're going to get good at it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get good at it. You're going to find ways to get better. There are going to be some times where it feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Trading can get very tough. Trading can be very dark because it's all alone. It's all on you. And, especially with I know many men that lose money and then have to tell their wife. And I've been there and I know what it's like. It's not fun. But it's so amazing when you do win, And it's not for everybody. I will be honest. It's not for everybody, right? Trading is not for everybody. But I believe anybody that wants to put their mind to anything they want to do can. I think any person that wants to do whatever they want with their life can do it. As long as, especially if it has love involved and it's going to help others, you're going to you're going to get a jump in that benefit. So put your mind to something that you want to do. Go all the way with it. Make it happen. I'm telling you right now, dedicate yourself to something. Go all the way. Go all the way. And this leads me to this one quote I have by Bukowski. The only thing I don't like is you use the words gods, and, I don't do that. I use the word God. But, and I think I had this quote here, and I just wanted to inspire you. But if you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, maybe in your mind. That's even boyfriends and husbands, right? If you're a woman. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision. It could be mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. And I understood this because when I got isolated, that's when it all happened for me. All others are the test of your endurance and of how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods and the nights with the flames with fire. Do it, do it, do it all the way. You will ride life straight to the perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. Charles Bukowski. As the music ended perfectly. Come on now, right? Like as if it was symphonically composed for us to do what we just did. And I hope that sits with you and makes you realize that it's time to change your life if you haven't. If you're sitting at your desk right now watching me at work and you've been thinking of getting out and doing what you love, start that side business. Start that side hustle. If you're an artist and you keep thinking, I could make shirts and design them and sell them, get that logo design. Start your first clothing brand. There's always room for more. If you think, oh no, I can't do it, too many people are doing it, get rid of the negative self-talk. I could have said the same thing. Oh, everyone's doing crypto YouTube. You know what I mean? So many people, I won't have a place. You're unique and different because you're you. Bring your uniqueness to the table. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to be able to change lives with your life. You can't change lives if nobody knows who you are. You can't change lives if you sit quiet. Open up, speak. Come to my spaces every Monday night, spaces at 8. Use that as a voice, man. Become, that's my voice that I use for you. Every day that I get more popular, every day I grind, every day that I keep pushing, I want you to take advantage of that. Jump into my spaces at 8 on Twitter. You know what I mean? Let your voice be heard. And then come to CryptoLifer.com and get the education you deserve. And just come to the live stream every day to get the education you deserve. Okay? I like this coin, TXA. Look at this beautiful double bottom that played out for TXA. Just textbook. And to the target, to the upside. Render, also another coin to watch. And again, I look long-term. Every time, you look at Render made a nice 22% gain out of that last time we put it out. Bang. I don't know if I even ended up on gains. Probably did, though. Let's hope it did. For me, it's about these coins. They're just they got too extended on the big time frame. 3-day chart. When you get this far away from the 21, you got to come back. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why people are like, why are you in Tether? Because I'm not a fool. And I believe there's a chance I get some of these altcoins a little lower. All right? So don't get too into this ETF stuff. What will happen is, like, if I taught my students that when the 3-day chart gets away from the 21 SMA, they should be taking some profits and paying attention. And they get so into the ETF that they're just like, everything's going to moon. And they don't see, you know what I mean? So you learn your technical analysis, and what happens is the world tries to take you away from it. And that's really a true battle. That's one of the true battles. And then your emotions and your mind start listening to the news and start listening to the world. And you stop listening to your TA. And then you go off kilter. And that's usually when people have portfolio issues. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say to you should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. But what I do want to heed you on is to stick to your technical analysis. Once you get the education, once you start to stay in the charts, do not let the news and the information pull you away from the charts. Stay in the charts. It'll do you such a service. And that's an exercise that must be completed over and over again. You'll get better at staying in the charts if you continue to stay in them. You see what I mean? All right. And yeah. Okay. You should definitely have some tether for dip buying. Exactly. Okay. Shout out to all the fan funding and everybody that gave. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to Michael Beauregard. We'll look at Tara. After hours investing, we'll look at Fear. Can you go over Render? Which I'm doing right now. Amazing. Can you please go over Total 3? That will be today. On my you're gonna have to wait for later on because I'm gonna deep dive it later on. All right. I have 420,000 Parsec tokens. Good for you. Here's another super chat for MBX. Thank you so much. God bless you. Shout out to Del Moro. Shout out to Joe Alfio. Shout out to Essential. Shout out to Riffs. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Antonio Barzak. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. Shout out to Tori, Kyle Vero, Nicholas Arena, Mac Tire, Nicholas Arena again, Phony 1, Michael Beauregard, After Hours Investing, Fear, and Jason Malik. God bless each and every one of you. So if Render loses this key level, which it looks like it may, you're looking to pick up Render at 285. That's the pickup point for Render, in my humble opinion. All right. Let's take a look at Fear. Now, if it stays above this, we're looking for consolidation. And I think it will take some time. And then we're looking for a bigger move to the upside. Okay. Look at that beautiful cup with the handle that played out, though. The times, the lows. Unlikely we get those lows again. Fear NFTs. All right. Looks like the last time I looked at it, I put it in a flag and just put some alerts on it. And see, it just continued further to the downside here, right? Interesting what it's doing. It's resetting. Not amazing, right? Like, you have to research this coin. If you really like the project, it's something to dive into. It's oversold. Pull the Fibonacci and see where you're at. Coming back down to the 618 and the 706 Fib level. It's a good retracement level. It's getting healthier. It's definitely more undervalued than overvalued, right? If I was in this long term, it'd be something I would be thinking about grabbing into. If I already bought in and I wanted to double, dollar cost average, I would probably buy in a little bit today. Definitely it's oversold. It's beat up pretty nicely. Take a look in the 6 hour. It's oversold too as well. Looking for a bit of a bounce. Previous resistance here should be support too as well. No guarantees ever. And the 12 hour getting closer to that 200 SMA and the 786 Fib. Beautiful place to DCA. High risk entry right now. Key is to wait for it to break out and retest the 618, which is 13872. All right. Potential cup and handle on the daily for MAV, Target, MAV, USDT, Maverick Protocol. Wow, this thing just continues to pump. You said potentially daily candle. I mean, to me, it already went. It did its thing. Look at it. It just continued to rip. Like, it just did not stop. Went from 23 to 57 cents. I say with the tweezer tops and this, you're getting a pullback to the 21-day moving average. I don't see, Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's likely going to make the handle. And that could be a shallow handle. It could be deeper, but we're looking somewhere 82 cents, right? That's definitely a possibility for me for this puppy. But only time will tell. Okay. Tara, my baby. I own Tara long term. Believe in it long term. AI coin. I believe we could 50x. I've been watching it. Previous resistance becomes support. I don't want to see it loses this level. Then I mean, it loses this level. It's actually a good sign. I'll be able to get it at 8,008 under a penny again. But my DCAs in here would be in vain. So I don't want to see that happen. We'll see what happens. 135% gains though, just sitting on this level, just hanging. And all eyes on Bitcoin and the ETF too. Have every other coin's kind of in waiting. Good sign is that the moving averages are coming together on the 22-hour time frame, and the 200 SMA is coming into price action. Something that you definitely want to see and pay attention to. All right. And I believe that is the super chat. I think we nailed every single super chat today. All right. Nice tie. Thank you, Riffs. We love you. We appreciate you. Okay, God bless Lakochi in the game. And then MBX, one last one. Marble X. This coin's horrible. It's just horrible. I don't even want to look at it again. Can I move on, please? I wouldn't touch it unless it gets above 82 cents. All right. That's it. I'm moving on from that one. I really don't want to look at it anymore. So now, look, and you never know. I'm open-minded. Anything is possible. But Capo now says that we're going to go all the way down to 12,000. He's still stuck, Now, see, the thing about Capo is he could be right? And the chances are, you know what I mean? But instead of doing that, let's be open-minded and say, oh, look, there's the descending triangle wanting to break down. And there's the breakdown, right? Look at that. 43,256. It's crazy how today is just dragging on with it feels weird. Good day, I feel like, to just step away from the market, honestly, and don't get sucked in. Days like today when everyone thinks something's going to happen and it's all news, great day to walk away from the market. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Last night we got in, we woke up in gains, take your gains and walk away. Trade the market like you're supposed to trade it and leave it alone. Don't go too crazy. Even I got sucked in a little bit too much, in my humble opinion. They get you, man, and you got to reset your mind and tell yourself, no, I'm not going to play this game. I'm going to play my game, not the game that they want me to play, Now, we could be right. If we lose key levels, if the 5-day loses the 200 SMA, then I'll start to jump on board with the idea that we could be breaking down as low as he's saying, If the daily loses the 200 SMA, right? We start losing the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, then the 8-hour, right? Then the 12-hour. It all, fine. Then we can start, and then we make a lower high and we start a downtrend. Then fine. Then you get serious about, okay, what levels are we looking for? But to just call 12K blindly right now is kind of I think a bit of a foolish move. You know what I mean? But you never know. I'm also open-minded. Anything is possible. All right. Anything is possible. And how about last night's screen share? That was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Absolute insanity. Right? What'd you put on me, baby? You put my leg on for me? Oh, really? Can you get away from the electronics though so you don't get hurt? Can I have a hug? Are you touching the plugs? Okay. Hey, get out of there. Second I looked away, you went right back. Get out. Get. Go back to your mama. Come on. You're tall now, huh? Look how big you got. You got really tall. All right, shut up. That's my little daughter. She's the mascot of the show. Little sweetie pie. And look, everything is fine too. Big picture, all is well that ends well. And you always want to zoom out and just kind of sit and look at things in the big picture. Bear trap for sure. Came back inside, but to me, Still inside the pattern. Nothing has changed. You know how many times I traded a pattern that they broke out of, broke back inside of, but the pattern stayed. The pattern stayed, right? And that target is 53,243. And that right now, that is a beautiful trade right now. Like that's a beautiful entry, even today on this bearishness. I might even make that trade on another, that's a big idea there. 4.85 risk reward ratio. There you have it. Risk $100 to almost gain $500. Like, not the worst thing in the world, So, zoom out to boom out. I always say that. Pay attention to what's in front of you. Live in the present moment. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't stay in the past. Don't stay in the future too hard. Just be right in front of you. Take what's in front of you and go after it. You know what I mean? We're here, man. This is the present moment in time. These are the days to be alive. These are the times to make it happen. You can do 2MEXC trades too if you're on futures and you're already in a scalp, but you want to do a long. You can buy some Bitcoin and send the Bitcoin over and trade Bitcoin USD, right? BUSD, Bitcoin USD. And there, so you can transfer some BTC on in, and that's how you can trade futures. So I can open up a real long one on the 8 hour, and I can also have my scalps going. And that way I can have 2 trades going at the same time for Bitcoin that are separate trades, completely separate on MEXC if that's something you want to do. Or you can do that on most exchanges, you know what I mean? So everybody, thank you so much. Everyone that used my MEXC link, I greatly appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you for being nice and doing that. Everyone that used any link that I have out there, iTrust Capital, Bookmap, BingX, we really, really appreciate it. It means the world to us. Anytime you use a link that we put out there and you give back to the channel, we appreciate it. We love you. It means the world to me. Anyone that jumps into the trading group, anyone that takes a class, thank you so much. Look, we have some awesome stuff. I don't think everyone realizes we have a trading course for $150. You can buy just it if you can't come to the live, but it is the last Saturday of every month. It is a completely free, it's a completely live course that you can come to, But you can also buy it if you want anytime and have access to it. If you do buy it and you can't make it to one of the ones, but you can't make it to the next, you have access to come to the class once you buy it if you want to jump on in, right? MetaMask for beginners. This class is amazing. It'll blow your mind. It teaches you about the top seven chains from Phantom to Matic to Avalanche to Solana. Leverage Mastery Mentorship is, yep. What? Yes, honey. What, baby? That's my live stream, right? Look, she took a Micro Center thing and she said, this is your live stream because it's all the screens just like I have. You're so smart, baby. Thank you, sweetie. She's so smart. I love kids, man. She sees a Micro Center thing selling monitors. She sees daddy in front of the monitors and she says, Daddy, this is your live stream. This is your live stream. What a blessing, man. What? I shouldn't be having that spot right now. But I shouldn't have that spot there. Anyway, Leverage Mastery Mentorship is awesome. It's given by a guy that did ICT, but then, does his own twist to how to trade a market. Teach you about how to read. Basically, it's how to read candles and how to understand timeline. You'll know the difference when someone says Tokyo and London. You'll know what the heck he's talking about instead of just, again, just give you a little insight into what's happening in the market, where liquidity comes in and out. Some good ideas and things, trading the NASDAQ and stuff like that too. However, I'm a crypto guy. I'm in for these altcoins and the Bitcoin. That's like mainly my thing. But if you really like the NASDAQ and stuff like that, we have a mentorship kind of place. This, you get a copy of it, and then you actually have 3 sessions every week, which are pretty awesome. All right. And then if you want to sit with me for 1 hour, I do one-on-ones for $300. All right. And just want to let you know, if you want to, I never really go over this. So, dude, the dumpage is occurring further to the downside as suggested on that descending triangle, right? That's what it was. And this is like a descending triangle. bigger one, right? That's got some descending triangle vibes to me. It does, right, honey? Yeah. See, she says yeah, too. At the same time, you never know. ETF approval gets a reversal. They're playing games with people's emotions today. Be careful. Set your stop, set your take profit, and either you're in or out. Don't get emotional. Don't be swinging around. Don't stare at your trade. Let it play out. That's what I would be doing. You do whatever makes you happy. Again, everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. May God bless each and every one of you for being on the live stream. Let's take a look at Bitcoin one more time and just take a look at what I'm looking at it here. Very oversold on the 1 hour, but see how the 1 hour is curving down? You can get a nasty dump here. Bit of a double top to me. Let's get rid of the kind of the possible cup and handle now. It's somewhat negated, really. All right. And I do see this as a descending triangle, right? And that's why it's good to undo what you had before. Always step out and see if you're biased or pushing something. My trade's still here. I don't want to hide it, act like I'm hiding my trade. So I love losing in front of people. It's okay. No problems with that. But look at this. Let's take a look at this. This is a descending triangle. Wouldn't be surprised if we're about to take a bit of a move to the downside here. Yeah, all the time frames are curving down. Not looking good. Some bear cityness here for Bitcoin. Remember, the key idea here is if we lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, which we're getting very close to. Once we lose that, I become more bearish. I'm all about the 200 SMA. All right. When we're above it, I stay bullish. We stay below it, I'm bearish. And we keep toying with it. Usually when you're toying with SMAs, you're getting tight. A big move is coming. Some move is coming for Bitcoin. I don't see how we don't go the weekend without a massive dump or a pump. So something's happening. We're going to fill out the end of this channel. And it's brewing. Even if we just drop here, come back up, something is brewing for Bitcoin. So the tighter we get, the more the intensity is brewing. We're getting close. Something's happening. I might even have to do an emergency live stream later on tonight. So you never know. You might see me. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for being here. May God bless you all.